This is probably going to fly over a lot of your heads, and this probably won't make sense to probably 99% of the people out there, but I promise you this is one of the most weird things I've thought about that actually would have changed a lot of the things I've done in my life. Don't buy your dream car when you're young. Don't buy your dream apartment when you're young. Like, hold off on a lot of this stuff. You have to, like, really go through the process of having nice things and scaling up in life. Don't rush living a very luxurious life. You know, I've lived in a bad spot before. I've lived in my car. I've lived in a shitty apartment. I've lived in a nicer apartment. And I've scaled up my life to where I'm living in nicer and nicer places. Now, I have the money to go get something crazy, but I want to appreciate the journey. And when you get nice things too quickly, it kind of makes you really, really demotivated. It's not good. You know, I see a lot of young people, especially in Miami, that have really nice cars at 20 years old, 21 years old. And there's like no appreciation for certain things like that as they age in life. Like, they don't appreciate certain things. And that might be a good thing. Like, obviously cars are not the only thing in the world that you should appreciate, but there's a process to getting things. Like, you need to own the mid-level cars, then the high-end cars, then the really, really high-end cars, then the super cars, then the exotic cars, and just going straight to saving up for the big dog Gila car. I know some guys that just save up and they buy a baller car out of the blue. And that's not fun. You need to really go through processes in life. You got to eat at normal restaurants and then nice restaurants. Like, there's a process to life. It's the same thing with women and dating, and that happens more so organically. But I want you to understand that, like, life is not about rushing. Life is not about just blazing through. Even if you have the money, even if you have the talent, even if you have the ability to go do things, slow down a bit. Don't try to rush success. Don't try to get things too quickly. Just ease your way into getting the nicer things in life. So for me, even the cars I have, like, I haven't bought any supercars, anything crazy exotic. I hold off on it because I don't need it right now. And I don't really, like, I haven't experienced some things in life. Like, I just bought a new car. It's a very high mid-level car, I would say, amongst the car market. Like, it's a very high-end car. It's a nice Lexus, but I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything crazy until I experience this and I understand how it works and I have a appreciation for it. I still drive my '08 Acura a lot because it helps me appreciate where I've come from. It's important to learn to appreciate the small things and to keep tapping your foot back into it and have a gradual process, because if I just got a G-Wagon at 16 years old or something crazy nice, I would not have an appreciation for cars. I knew a kid back in the day, one of my ex's little brothers bought a Ferrari. His parents bought him a Ferrari at 16 years old, and it warps your mind. It makes you think in all different ways. Like, it doesn't really give you a good understanding of how life works. You need to have the shitty beater and the bad car and the car with problems and the leaking oil pan to really appreciate the nice car that has no issues. So if you're in a position right now in life where you don't have nice things, you got to learn to appreciate the things that you have. I appreciated my first fridge that had water that would be dispensed and ice that would be dispensed. I thought that was a huge thing for me. That was a crazy thing for me. Instead of going to the water filter and pouring it out there, that was a big, big win for me. It's the small things in life that you got to learn to appreciate. So don't rush success, slow it down, and really enjoy the process.